Sharim, finishing up what it means to be a Hasid. הנה חייב האדם לשמור את כל מצוות וכל דקדוקיהם לפני מי שיהיה ולא יירא ולא יבוש. This is a person who's Hasid. He's careful to do mitzvot and he's not afraid and not embarrassed of what people are going to say. There's a very big Yisara called, but what are people going to say? You know, I tell the guy, this is the right thing to do. Rabbi, listen, I can't. Or I tell the guy, you're not supposed to do this. This is too much. Don't do that. But people, what are people going to say, Rabbi? I can't make my Yoshua simple and small. What are people going to say? I can't make my wedding simple and not fancy with all this stuff. What are people going to say? You know, I can't go and learn Torah in the morning, the evening. What are people going to say? So all these things, a person has to know, Hasid, he's not embarrassed and he's not nervous what people say. It's the right thing to do. I do it. That's it. Better to be shoteh in olam hazeh than to be shoteh olam haba. אמנם, בזה צריך לחילוק והבחנה. כי כל זה נאמר גופי מצוות שחייבים הם חובה גמורה. However, when do we say, לא תגורו מפני איש, don't be afraid of anybody, and not to be scared, not to be embarrassed, that they'll call you a fanatic. That's what? It says in Misal Sharim, he says you need to do some judgment, some self-introspect before you do this. He says, because this is only said, al gufei mitzvot. He says, this is only on something that's obligatory. It's a must. This mitzvah is a must to do. This is, if you don't do this, it's a yisur. So that you shouldn't be embarrassed about. But what about when it comes to chubrot? What about if it comes to something that's not critical, that's not obligatory, right? If you don't do it, it's not, you didn't do an isur, right? So he says over there, he says, buy things that are obligatory. You have to make yourself like a rock and stubborn and do it. He says, יש איזה תוספות, חסידות, שאם יעשה אותם אדם לפני המון עם, ישחקו עליו ולא יססו, ונמצאו חוטאים ונענשים על ידו. והוא היה יכול להניח מלעשות את הדברים ההם, כי איננו חובת מוחלטת. So therefore, ודאי שיותר הגון לחסיד שניחם שיעשהו. He says, if you're going to do some extra things, some extra pious things that you don't have to do, and it's going to cause people to say, Halul Hashem, people are going to make fun of you, people are not going to understand what you're doing, people are going to be turned off by what you're doing. So it would be better that you don't do it, says the Misal Sharim. If people mock you for doing this Hasidut, better to refrain from this practice and not cause others to sin. You're making them sin by mocking you. And better, you should do it in a hidden place. You should do it in a place where nobody sees you, you know. So therefore, if it's critical, if it's obligatory, you shouldn't care what people say. But if it's Hasidut, so then Mr. Tishrayim says you shouldn't do it. You should go out of it, stay under the radar, as they say. Right? For example, there's a discussion, right? Many people put two second tefillin after the first, right? Or people put two pair of tefillin simultaneously. So that'll be considered Hasidut. And if that'll cause weirdness, that'll cause people to fight with you, so then maybe better to do it hidden time, you know, not to do it in front of people.
In a place when it's not common to do it, is that like with nets, for example, it's common.
Right, but let's say in a place that's not common, so you have to know, is it considered yuhara? Is it considered like I'm better than you, right? It was a famous story with Rav Ben Zion Abba Shaul. Rav Shalom, he used to always wear two at the same time, and then he went to Panama one time where Rav Avadia was there, and Rav Avadia always wore one, so Rav Ben Zion also wore one. And he said, why did you wear one? You always wear two. He said, in front of respect to Rav Avadia, you know, he's like my Rebbe. You know, I don't want to show I'm better than him, you know, so he wears one, I wear one. So, you see, depending on the place, you know, a person has to make a judgment call every time. But if the question was, they're going to make fun of me wearing tefillin at all, who cares if they make fun of me if I wear? I'm going to wear tefillin. Wearing tefillin is a must. Right? People, a lot of times, they're embarrassed to daven or wear tefillin in the airport or in the airplane, right? No, it doesn't matter. Wear it. But if you're going to do extra pious things, you know, there was a guy who he I don't know. For example, he put himself in a situation where he looks extremely funny, right? And he says, oh, because it's a sewer, you know, he wants to be machbir for this opinion. That's why he stands in the corner. I don't want to sit there because of some issue, you know. And he's making a whole ruckus because he doesn't want to sit there because of some chumrah that he wants to keep. Over there, what are you doing? You're causing Chilul Hashem. Everybody's going to say, these Jews, look at them. Or other Jews are going to say, oh, you're too religious for everybody. And if this is a Chassidut, so Misal Hashem says, no, don't do it. If it's obligatory, so do it. But if not. Ma'aseh de Rabbi Tarfon, Yochiach. The proof is from Rabbi Tarfon. The Gemara Sech Brachot says what? שהחמיר לעטות כבית שמאי, ואמרו לו, כדאי היית לחוב עצמך שעברת דברי בית הלל. What happened? Bitarfon was walking in the way, and time for Shema came. Machlok beit Shammai beit Hillel. Do you have to lay down in the Shema, or do you have to? You could say it any way you want, because it says B'shach becha uvkumecha. B'shach becha is nighttime Shema. Beit Shammai says you have to be laying down. B'shach becha, you have to be laying down to say Shema evening time. Beit Hillel says no, you could do it sitting, you could do it standing, whatever you want. But Beit Shammai says you have to be laying down. So Beit Tarfon was a baterech. He was traveling on the way. He got off the horse and he laid down to say nighttime Shema because he said, like, I want to be machmir like Bet Shammai. What happened? Robbers came and miraculously he didn't get robbed, but he almost got robbed. He could have got killed if he made a wrong move. So he said the story in the yeshiva and they said to him, Kedai ita lecho ba'atzmacha she'avarta divrei Beit Hillel. He says the halacha is like what? It's like Beit Hillel, that you can say it any way you want. You want to be machmir, you want to do like Bet Shammai and lay down. It was good that this happened to you because you didn't follow the regular law. Meaning you're in a dangerous place, right? If you're in the middle of nowhere, why are you wasting your time sitting down, laying down? You continue in the path. Don't let people hurt you. And then what? Because he went out of his way to do like Bet Shammai, and it was a stringency, it was a humrah. So it was good that it happened to him, the Gemara says. וזה עניין, מחלוקת בית שמאי בית הלל, הוא עניין כבד לישראל, מפני מחלוקת גדולה שרבתה ביניהם, סוף סוף נגמר הלכה בית הלל. הנה קיומה של תורה, שגמר דין זה יישאר בכל תוקף לעד עולמי עולמים, ולא יחלש לשום פנים, שלא תעשה תורה חס וחלילה שתי תורות. לכן לדעת המשנה הזאת, יותר חסידות היה להחזיק את בית הלל, אפילו לכולה, מלהחמיר בית שמאי. And what is Chassidut in this case? Chassidut in this case would be to follow the lenient opinion. People think it's a Chassidut, machmir. If you're machmir more, it's more Yirat Shamayim. You show you have more Yirat Shamayim. You have to know, it's not true. You don't blindly just machmir. What if the machmir comes to do damage? It's a chumrah, she mevi leidei kula. You're a chumrah, it leads to leniency. So then you go into Chas Shalom, yatzas charo be'efsedo. You come to a situation where whatever you gained, you lost because of the damage you caused. The guy says, I pray nets every single day. Or I'm going to learn till 12 o'clock midnight every night because I want to learn a lot of Torah. Then he can't get up in the morning. Then he misses Shahrit. So where's the reward for learning till the middle of the night? Now you can't get up in the morning, right? Chafetz Chaim Alav Shalom used to come to the yeshiva. He used to close the candles. He said, go to sleep. It's 10 o'clock, it's early. No, go to sleep. Yesara. You need to wake up in time for Shahrit tomorrow. Go to sleep. Yesara. The rabbi is telling us not to learn, to go to sleep? Yes. Because you think it's a hasid to stay up. It's not a hasid. This is going to be a chumrah. It's going to lead you to nonsense. And he says also, the guy says, I wake up for nets every day. And then the whole day he's like, when he learns, his brain doesn't work. The words don't go in. He's just wasting his time the whole day. He says, I don't go to sleep on time and I wake up for nets. But I have to wake up for the nets. I have to be machmir. But in the end, look what you did. Your whole day's ruined. You can't focus. You can't learn. So the whole day of learning, just to fulfill this one chumrah of nets. So you see that a person has to make a judgment call, and not always to be machmir is the way to go. And therefore, he got rebuked by this because Chassidut in this case would have been to be lenient.